A mom has been left traumatized after she miscarried in the city center, and was told she'd have to wait 5 hours for an ambulance. Alice Johnson, 32, a dinner lady, was in Old Market Square, Nottingham with her 2-year-old daughter Lila when she started experiencing pain and bleeding. Mrs. Johnson, from Clifton, who was 10 weeks pregnant at the time, knew she was having a miscarriage straight away and ran to a pharmacy nearby where she dialed 999 and was put through to an East Midlands ambulance service call handler. She said, "I just felt everything burst, so I ran into a pharmacy and called 999 and I told them what happened and said that it wasn't stopping and that I was with my child. +2 and guy.d. equals ID 6 phase 0 E99 B495544 FSRC equals http://i.dailymaild.co.uk/pics/2018/4806960000578 image A1_1515095655888.jpg height equals 422 width equals 634 alt equals Alice Johnson, 32, with her partner Phil Johnson, also 32, and their daughter Lila Johnson, 2 class equals blocks border share, greater than I couldn't think straight. It was a busy day. I was covered in blood and everyone was staring at me. Some people were helping but I was panicking and I didn't want my 2-year-old to get upset." Advertising in Read invented by Teeds. A nurse called me back shortly after and told me that I needed to make my own way to hospital as it could be a 5-hour wait for an ambulance. I ended up having to get a tram to Queen's Medical Center. I was standing in puddles of my own blood and I felt panicked and worried. When I arrived I couldn't move, so I just stood on the tram bridge where a group of staff came to meet me on the bridge. Once I arrived, the QMC staff were fantastic. They got me straight into a cubicle and cleaned me up, and I had to stay in overnight because my blood pressure was dangerously low. I returned a day later for an operation. Her husband, Phil Johnson, 32, a security officer, rallied together a team of staff once he arrived at the hospital so that they could meet his wife at the tram bridge. Mrs. Johnson added, "If they'd sent a paramedic car I could have maintained some dignity and caused less anxiety and trauma for the future. I struggle to step out of the door now because I don't feel like I could ever rely on the emergency services again. It has made me so anxious. I know that what I went through is common, but I still have to think about this experience if I ever get pregnant again." An East Midlands Ambulance Service spokeswoman said at the time of Alice's call, they were already helping 71 patients and had 24 more waiting for an ambulance. The service acknowledged how distressing the experience was, but emphasized that their priority was helping those whose life was immediately at risk. Wendy Hazard, paramedic and ambulance operations manager for East Midlands Ambulance Service, said, "There are medical conditions that, despite our skills and expertise, we cannot prevent from happening. In those circumstances, what we can do is help the patient to get the support and care that they need." Our ambulances were already busy dealing with life-threatening emergencies, and that meant we couldn't get to Alice as quickly as we wanted to. +2 and I.D. equals IAT 16 BA 42352 CC 45 ASRC equals http://i.dailymaild.co.uk/pics/2018/016/11/22/4806968000578 image A9_1515098604790.jpg height equals 423 width equals 634 alt equals Phil Johnson, 32, pictured, a security officer, rallied together a team of staff once he arrived at the hospital so that they could meet his wife, Alice, pictured with their daughter Lila, 2, at the Trambridge class equals block sporter share, greater than we discussed options with Alice, either wait on scene for an ambulance but without a clear indication as to when it would arrive, or to make her own way to hospital. Alice chose to make her own way and described to our control nurse how she would do that. Given all the circumstances, it was mutually agreed that this was deemed to be the best option. We are sorry that we were not able to provide the level of service that Alice wanted, and our patient experience team will be making contact with her to discuss this. Ruth Bendratik, National Director of the Miscarriage Association, said that the impact of this could be both emotional and physical. She said, "For most women, whatever stage in pregnancy they are, it means the loss of a baby and the hopes, dreams and plans they had for the future. The physical experience of acute pain and heavy vaginal bleeding can also be very difficult to cope with even in a private setting, but if it happens in public, it can be intensely embarrassing." She might have hoped that swift care would have meant saving her baby. But even if she knew that, one cannot stop the process of miscarriage once it starts, she would have wanted expert help, privacy and practical care. An ambulance would have provided all of that, but sadly pressure on emergency services means that is often not available. Every case is individual, but if 999 told her to get to hospital herself, and assuming she's not physically collapsed, we'd probably suggest trying to call a friend to take her to hospital, getting a taxi if possible, looking for someone, a woman or police officer, who could assist her, or going into a nearby shop with female staff. Asking for help is embarrassing, but being in a more private space, maybe getting a coat or similar wrapped round her, could have made her feel a little better. She might also find someone who would lend her money for a taxi or even go with her. She needs kindness and compassion, something that the general public are actually really good at, especially in circumstances like these. A Nottingham University Hospital NHS Trust spokeswoman said that the hospital offers specialist support for people who have gone through a miscarriage. She said, "We provide a miscarriage support group on the first Thursday of every month, which is run by our early pregnancy nurse specialist at the chaplaincy seminar room. We also have a specialized bereavement midwife who offers support to women and families after miscarriage, stillbirth and infant death." Expert explains the 3 different types of miscarriage: loaded, 0% progress, 0% 0:00 previous place apply the mute 00:00 current time 0:00 duration time 3:42 full screen need text video quality 272p 172p foreground, white black red green blue yellow magenta cyan, opaque semi-opaque background, white black red green blue yellow magenta cyan, opaque semi-transparent transparent window, white black red green blue yellow magenta cyan, opaque semi-transparent transparent font size 50% 75% 100% 125% 150% 175% 200% 300% 400% text edge style none raised depressed uniform drop shadow font family default monospace serif proportional serif monospace sans serif proportional sans serif casual script small caps defaults done minimize expand